Hello everyone, I'm Victor, and welcome to the second episode of Soccer Examiner. If you missed my first episode, you might want to check that out, especially if you're interested in the predictor game I'm hosting. Be sure to also check the description because I think I added something else to that rule of the game. Um, why don't we get started with the host nation, South Africa. South Africa, the host nation, is ranked 83rd in the world. They have played two World Cups already in 1998 and 2002. Last World Cup they were in, which was in Korea, Japan, they were in Group B with Paraguay, Slovenia, and Spain. Now in that group, they ended up being third with one win, one draw, and one loss, with 5 goals in favor and 5 against. When they faced Paraguay, it ended up as a 2-2 draw. With Slovenia, they actually won 1-0, and with Spain, they eventually lost 2-3. Now, they did not qualify for the 2010 African Cup of Nations. Now, that is not a good sign, but considering Africa has a bunch of strong African teams such as Ghana, Cameroon, the list goes on, so I guess that's would be a good reason why. They also did not have a good qualifying term, but considering they are the host nation, I wouldn't look too much into that, considering they don't have the same pressures to qualify as any other team does. Um, 2009 Confederations Cup was the last tournament they had last summer. They were in Group A, they ended up being second, and in that group there was Iraq, New Zealand, and Spain. Now, they ended up second, like I said, with one victory, one draw, and one loss. 2 goals in favor, 2 against. Uh, After getting out of that group, they faced Brazil in the semifinals, which they lost 1-0. And it was a close game. I believe it was a set piece by Dani Alves at the 80th minute that gave Brazil the victory, so it was pretty intense. They ended up playing Spain at the third place playoff match, which they lost 3-2 at extra time. So they ended up fourth in that tournament, which was pretty decent for them. Last time they faced Mexico was a 2-1 victory, actually, in the 2005 Gold Cup, which was held in the U.S. at that time. We're gonna say that was a good game. I could go on, but I'm running out of time. Uruguay 0-0 tie friendly. It was held in South Africa in 2007, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. South Africa should have had the advantage, but I don't know. I mean, 2007, still fresh, only 3 years ago, so might look into that. France was a 0-0 tie, and was also a friendly in the year 2000, which was held in South Africa. So that, I'm not sure if I'm going to look too much into that. It was 10 years ago, so hopefully South Africa has a better team, but the same thing can be said about the French. Mexico, the 17th ranked in the world, they have participated in 13 World Cups so far. The last time they participated was in 2006 in Germany. They were in Group D, and in that group there was Iran, Angola, and Portugal. Now in that group, they ended up second place with one victory, one draw, and one loss, with 4 goals in favor and 3 against. When they faced Iran, it was a 3-1 victory for the Mexicans. Versus Angola, it was a 0-0 tie. And lastly, against Portugal, it was a 2-1 loss. Now, after getting out of the group, they faced Argentina in the round of 16s. And that ended Mexican dreams with a 2-1 loss and a beautiful goal by Maxi Rodriguez. Uh, After that, they won the 2009 Gold Cup after shellacking against the U.S. Yeah, that wasn't a pretty picture for us. Sorry. Um, and they ended up second in CONCACAF during qualification. So U.S. was first, obviously, and second was Mexico. Last time they faced South Africa, like I said, was 2-1 loss to the Mexicans in the 2005 Gold Cup, which was held in the U.S. Last time they faced Uruguay was in the 2007 Copa America, which was held in Venezuela, and that was a 3-1 victory for the Mexicans. And lastly, they lost to France 1-0 in a friendly in 2006, which was held in France. So the odds are looking good for the Mexicans. Next is Uruguay, ranked 16 in the world. They have participated in 10 World Cups and have actually won 2 World Cups, one in 1930 and the other one in 1950. Now, the last World Cup they participated in was in the Korea-Japan one in 2002. In that one, they were in Group A with Denmark, France, and Senegal. They ended up third in that group with 0 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss, with 4 goals in favor and 5 against. They, when they faced Denmark, it was a 1-2 loss for the Uruguayans. They tied against France 0-0, and they tied against Senegal 3-3, and that was the end of that. They ended up 4th place in the Copa America 2007, I believe, after they lost actually to the Mexicans 3-1. And they qualified for the World Cup through the playoff round against the CONCACAF 4th place, which that in that case was Costa Rica, and they won off a 2-1 aggregate. The last time they faced South Africa was a 0-0 tie, and it was a friendly in 2007 in South Africa. They last time they faced Mexico was a 3-1 loss, like I said, in the Copa America 2007 in Venezuela. And the last time they faced France, it ended up in a 0-0 tie, which was a friendly, in 2008, and that was held in France. So can't wait to see that match again. And lastly, for Group A, we have France, which is ranked 9th in the world. They have participated in 12 World Cups, and they won 1 World Cup in 1998. Now, the last time they were in a World Cup was in Germany 2006, in which they were in Group G with Switzerland, Korea Republic, and Togo. Now, in that group, they ended up 2nd place with 1 win, 2 draws, and no losses. 3 goals in favor and 1 against. When they faced Switzerland, it was a 0-0 tie, and with Korea Republic, it was also a 1-1 tie. With Togo, they actually got a win, which was a 2-0 win, and they advanced to the round of 16s, where they faced Spain, and they actually beat Spain 3-1. Next to the quarterfinals, they faced Brazil, which was a 1-0 victory. Then semifinals, they faced Portugal, which was a 1-0 victory, also by Zidane Zidane in a penalty kick. And they went to the finals, where they tied 1-1 against Italy, in regular time. Then they went to penalty kicks, and that's where they lost 5-3. So second place, a lot of history. Unfortunately, in 2008, they weren't lucky because they were eliminated in the group stages of the Euro. They qualified for the World Cup through a playoff match with Ireland Republic, and it was a 2-1 victory on the aggregate, and a handball by Henry, but I'm not going to get into that. Last time they faced South Africa, it was a 0-0 tie, and it was a friendly in South Africa in the year 2000, so 10 years ago. Not sure if I'll look into that. With Mexico, it was a 1-0 victory, and that was a friendly 2 in 06 in France. And Uruguay, they tied 0-0, and that was a friendly in 2008, and that also was held in France. Well, that's it for the analysis portion. Unfortunately, I don't have enough time uh, to put my predictions in, especially with all the information I have, and the 10-minute limit. So I'm going to have another video where it's just my predictions, and why I think so-and-so is going to pass on to the next stage. Um, so I would really appreciate it if you guys would put your predictions on my prediction video and not my analysis video. But feel free to comment on any of the information that I have said, dislikes, if I have anything wrong, please correct me. So I will see you in the next video. Soccer Examiner, signing off.